The Tartarian Empire had, but it belonged to the Divine Authority faction, which was opposed to the secular faction. Human cloning technology existed before 1650, but it was not allowed to be used, because the Divine Authority faction held this technology. After the 1776 coup in Europe, the secular faction took over the empire. They could not have known all the technology of Tartaria in the Old World. The old knowledge took time to relearn from the treasures of knowledge in the Old World. It is very likely that cloning technology was practiced in the late 19th century, but it was practiced very little. It was only applied to a small number. With this small number, the British media company British Pate saved and posted on YouTube with very ambiguous and unclear content. This caused a lot of controversy about the re-establishment of the population after the destruction by the coup in 1776. Is human cloning done on a large scale? The answer is no. Only a small number were created. The reason is because of the problem of raising children. Every 2 newborn babies need about 1 woman to raise them until they are 4 years old. Then they are sent to orphanages to be educated by the Catholic Church. And from a young age, children have to work in factories in Europe in the 19th and early 20th centuries. So if we clone about 1 million children to be workers, we need to invest about 500,000 nurses to raise them until they are 4 years old. This is not very good. They will exploit human power by kidnapping children. For example, according to David Ewing Jr.'s investigation, the children in England are mainly of Irish origin. From the mid-19th century to the early 20th century, it is estimated that about 100,000 children from Ireland were sent to England and the Commonwealth. That was just then. And then there were more kidnappings, unofficial and things like this. According to many Irish records and what they have created, this number is more than double. It is in the millions. The problem of human worldview in society will change when cloning technology is made public, which is harmful to the Tartarian faction at the time of establishing the population through the power of the people. Later, they may release this technology, but at another time with a different plot. Cloning and creating children may exist among the upper class in the 20th and 21st centuries. There is some evidence that this technology exists in famous people. The article Tartaria, 3 Nikola Tesla, it is possible that at least 3 people existed who were Nikola Tesla. Says that. There are 2 books that will give you a lot of information about repopulation from the mid-18th century to the early 20th century. Book 1, Tartaria, Orphan Trains by David Ewing Jr. Book 2, Tesla and the Cabbage Patch Kids, Exploring the Lost Empire of Tartaria and the Reset of 1776 Inches by Mr. Guy Peter Anderson. Borrowing the strength of the masses is a simple and effective way to build a new Tartarian empire after overthrowing the old Tartarian. That is how they have always done it in the history of Tartaria. Racist ideas are nothing more than a conspiracy driven by political purposes. The rulers of the world need to divide nations and peoples to rule. This is seen by the many migrations of peoples around the world from the beginning of the 20th century until the 1970s.